is Mrs. Rozier from Richmond City Public Schools, and I'm going to do a unique learning lesson with you in math from the middle grade band. Okay, and our lesson for today number is number 19B. And we are still talking about DNA, and this time we're going to do subtraction. Now, we had done addition, now we're going to do subtraction. And as always, we go over our topic words. And since we're talking about DNA, we're going to talk about DNA. And DNA, what does DNA stands for? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. And it's DNA. DNA. And there it is, DNA, which is a chemical basis of what you're made of. The next word, parents, our mother and father, our traits. It has us different than another person. That what makes us different, the color of our eyes. And being that we're talking about our flower garden today, we're going to talk about the word plant. Plant. Okay, plant could be a noun or a verb. Plant could be foliage or some greenery or flowers. We have in a pot or plant. To plant mean to put seeds in the ground so things will grow. Right. So we're going to talk about subtraction today. And so our first word, we're doing subtraction and addition. So our first word is more, amounting to large. These are our literacy words, literacy math words. Okay, amounting to a different number. A fraction is a part of a whole, and these are fractions, addition fractions. And all together, meaning to add all together. We're talking about the numerator, which the part of the fraction is at the top of the line. Solve, get our equation or answer. That's right behind the equal sign. Then we're going to what? Count. That means we say numbers in the consecutive order 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's how we count. Then we have for the fraction, we have a whole. A whole, that means all of it, the whole part. It's not divided, even though you saw the sections, but it's not divided. A part, a piece of a whole. Good job, guys. Then we have the denominator. Denominator is the whole thing. It's part of the fraction that's below the line. See the line? It's below the line. That red 4. And when we write our equations, we have a mathematical equations and equal. What's our answer? What is it equal to? The same. And then that's also seen as far as our total and what's our solution and answer. We have our plus sign. That means to add. And we're going to begin to do something different too now. Subtraction, borrow, or carry. Taking one digit and add it to the tens to borrow or carry. Then we get into our negative integers and our positive integers. So we have math, the positive, negative. Okay, the red would be the negative and the blue would be the positive. And this is what we symbolize it with. This is how we notate it, is with the plus sign. And a positive is greater than 0. And this on the number line is like this. Yes, greater than 0. This is our 0. So it'd be on the blue side, on this side right here. Greater than 0. That means that's more. Subtract, meaning that you take away. See, it's in the group now. We take some of it away. And what's our symbol for subtraction? is the minus sign. It's a line. It's a minus sign. And solve is to get your answer. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go over some subtraction. We're going to work some things out. Okay, and we're going to hide that. And I'm going to go smaller. And we're going to do, starting with things in our math journal. All righty, so Mary Beth is filling pots with soil in the school flower garden. She has 9 pots. She fills 1 pot with soil. How many pots does Mary Beth have left to fill with soil? All righty, so she has 9 pots and she has crossed out 1 because 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Subtract 1, and we're going to have these X's to denote that we're taking it away. So we're crossing it out. So how many do we have left? Now, the word left means to subtract. Okay, now remember, and addition is how many in all or how many all together. When we see the word left, that means subtract, that means left. All righty, so how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, so we have 8. Good. Awesome. All right, let's continue. All right, so Ryan and Randy are planting flowers in the school flower garden. Ryan plants 6 flowers. Randy plants 5 flowers. How many more flowers does Ryan plant than Randy? How many? Let's see, when we have it like this, we can cross it out. How many more? We're trying to find out who has left. So what we do, we line up our things like that. We put them in a line and we cross out 1 for each one. Cross that one out. And we cross that one out. For every one that Raina has, we cross it out. Keep crossing out. So we cross out this one, this one, this one, to find out how many more, this one. And whoever has some left, that's the one who has more. So who has something left? Ryan has something left. And how many does Ryan have left? He has 1. So we know that 6 take away 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals what? 1. So that's how many. So Randy had 1 more flower. Ryan had 1 more flower than Randy, because it said who had the more? Randy plant than Randy. Ryan plant than Randy. All right, let's continue. All right, we're going to do one more. Now, this one is showing you that we're just talking about how many she has. And when we compared, we did the more. So Mary Beth is filling pots with soil in the school flower garden. She has 8 pots. She fills 5 pots with soil. How many pots does Mary Beth have left to fill with soil? Left, what does that mean? That means subtraction. So she has 8. This all we're doing is doing one person. We don't have to compare. We don't have to cross out because we're only doing one person. So it's what we crossed out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had 8. So how many does she have left? 1, 2, and 3. So 8 minus 5 equals 3. So which number is 3? Point to it. Point to the number 3. Yes. All right, good job. Okay, let's continue. We have lots and lots and lots to learn. We'll do this story. All right, good. This is a good one. It says Danielle and Mary Beth are moving. I see we have 2 people, Danielle and Mary Beth, are moving rocks out of the school flower garden. Danielle moves 9 rocks. Mary Beth moves 7 rocks. How many more rocks does Danielle move than Mary Beth? When you hear the word more than, that means you're doing a comparison. So here we go. So we have all of the rocks lined up, and we're going to cross them out. She has that one. She has one. She has two. Cross out that one. Have three. Cross out there three. Four. Cross out there four. Five. Cross out there five. Six. Cross out there six. You line them up. Seven. Cross out there seven. Okay. So this one has eight. Nothing there. And nine. Nothing there. So how many more? How many more? Because she has less. So how many more? Two. Very good. So 9 minus 7 equals what? 2. So Danielle has two more rocks than Mary Beth. That's how that's read, and that's how that's solved. Okay. All right. Let's move on. You are doing a great job. Awesome. 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 Okay. Let's do this one. All right, now what I want you to do, remember last time we were working with the calculator. What I want you to do is get your calculator because this is a little more. So we're going to get our calculator because this is subtracting with 50. So let's turn it on, and hit our clear button. Clear. Okay, and so it says Mary Beth is watering seeds in the school flower garden. She has 45 seeds. She waters 24 seeds. How many seeds does Mary Beth have left to water? 45 seeds. So remember, we put in the top number. Now with subtraction, you got to make sure you put in the largest number. Okay, so we have 45. 45. Put the top number in. 45. Okay, and what numbers of seeds Mary Beth waters? Subtract how much? So we hit the subtract or minus button, and we're going to put the number in. What's the number? 24. Okay, so the two digits are 2, 4. So it'll be 24. All right, and what do we get? We hit the equal sign, the one with the two lines there. Okay, so it says 2, 1, but what we know that number to be? 21. So we can put the 2 in, and then we put the 1 in. Very good. You all are catching on. I love it. It is great. All righty. It's a lot. Let's see. Let's move on. Okay. All righty. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some borrowing. All righty. Let's go. All right. I'm going to make that just a little bit larger for me so I can see it pretty good. All righty. So when you set up your subtraction problem, you have Danielle with 42 photos, and she gave away, same as take away. She gave away 26 photos. So we're going to start on the one side. So we're going to subtract this side first, the one side. All right. So here's the thing. Can you subtract 6 from 2? No, you need to borrow. And what are we going to borrow? Okay, so since this is more, if we take this 10 and add it to here, then that would make it says borrow the 1 from your neighbor. So we're borrowing 1 or a 10 from the neighbor. Okay, so then we make that 4 a 3, and then we make, okay, so now we can we could subtract, but we had to make this 4 a 3. Alrighty? So then we're going to go to step number 4. So we borrowed the 1 and we gave that 1 over to the 1's place over to the 2. So now it becomes a 12. So now can we subtract 6 from 12? Yes. So 6 from 12 is what? 6. So now we can subtract. So we have 6 here, right? The 6 in the ones place. Now we have what? 3. So 3 take away 2 is what? 3. We're going to write it down. 3 minus 2 equals 1. So your answer is what? 16. Good job. All righty. Okay, here we go. So we have one that we're going to have to use some borrowing with. All right, so Ryan is filling pots with soil in the school flower garden. He has 44 pots. He fills 25 pots with soil. How many pots does Ryan have left to fill with soil? Okay, so number of pots Ryan has is 44, and he fills 25 pots, okay? Now, can we take 5 from 4? No, we cannot. So we have to cross that out. And what number will go here? If we take away 1, what number will go here? Yes, we will put a 3 there. All right, and what we're going to do here? We're going to add a what here? Because we took that 10 away, so we need to put that right here. Put that 1 there. So now we have 5. 14 subtract 5. Okay? And 14 subtract 5 is what? You have your calculator. You can use counters or you can use your calculator. Okay, so let's do this here. 1 subtract. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh, excuse me. Okay, very good. So now that is 9. Okay, so we put a 9 there. Good. All right, so what goes here? 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2. What would that be? We can go back to our calculator. Sometimes if you get a little mixed up, you can go back to your calculator. Make sure you hit clear first, like I didn't do last time. So it's 3 minus what? 2 equals 1. Okay, so we put that there. And what is our answer? 19. Excellent. Beautiful. All right. Okay, let's keep going. You have so much, so much, so much. Now that's what you do for all of the borrowing, all of the numbers, no matter how big the number is. You start with the ones and you work your way over. You work your way over. All righty, so we're going to continue and we're going to talk about a problem that has more than one kind of step. More than one kind of step. Okay, let's see. Let's do this one. So it says Brent is planting seeds. So we're going to have a subtraction in this one and we're going to have addition. Okay, so Brent is planting seeds in school, in the school flower garden. Brent starts with 21 seeds to plant in the school flower garden. So how many seeds did Brent start with? 21. So we have 20 and 21. Okay. So does he need to add or subtract? He gets 21 more seeds to plant. Okay. So 21 more seeds. How many more seeds did he get? Okay. He got 21 more. So what does more mean? Left is subtraction and more means to what? Means to add. Okay, let's put that in there. Okay, now, so how many more? He got 21. So we have the 2, and then we have the 1. Now, it says, then Brent plants 27 seeds. So he adds, let's do this one first. We have an equation right here. We have two numbers that we need to do what? Add. So 1 plus 1 is what? Okay, they like to start on this one. Okay, so that one would be 4, and this one would be 2. All right, so here, that's one step. All right, another step is add or subtract to solve. How many seeds does Brent have now? He has what? 42 seeds. Does Brent add or subtract when he plants seeds? What does he do? He has the seeds in his hands, now he got to put them in the ground, and then what would be left in his hands? So he is what? He is, let's see if that'll work, subtracting. Very good. So how many seeds does Brent plants? Let's go back to our problem. He plants what? It says right here. Then Brent plants 27 seeds. All righty, so 27. So we put our 2, and then we'll put our 7 in there. All right, now, okay, here it goes. So we have 42 subtract 27. All right, you can either do your calculator or try to figure it out. Okay, so now we're going to start on this side. Can we take 7 from 2? No, we cannot take 7 from 2. So we need to borrow from the 4. We need to get how many from the 4? 2 or 1? We're getting 1. So that will become what? A 3. And this one will become a 12. So then after we do that, and 12 subtract 7 is what? 5. And then we have the 3 left. And 3 subtracted 2 will be 1. You could have used your calculator because we didn't have any way to mark it out. So when you write that problem, you could write that in your journal. That's what this is for. You write it in your journal, and when you write these out, then you can mark that out, put an X on it, and make that a 3. Okay, and just put the 1 beside here, make that a 12, because you took the 10 from here and you put it there. Then we get a 12. And that is your answer. That's 2 steps. What steps did we do? We did addition and we did subtraction. That's a multi-step problem. All righty, let's continue. Let's continue. Now, you can always take your time with these. I just want to make sure all of these are explained to you. You can go back and rewind. All right, so remember last time we did adding fractions. Now we're going to do subtracting fractions. Now it's the same thing. We have a part, which is the numerator, and we have a denominator, which is the whole. Okay, so now we have three parts, and so the fraction is 3/4. So when the wholes are divided into the same number, subtract the parts. Remember, when it has like denominators, when it's the same, you just subtract the numerators. You just solve the numerators. So we have 4 here. All of them are the same. We have 3 parts and we have 1 part. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this 1 from the 3 and it becomes what? 2/4. Okay, when y'all get into least common denominator and the fractions, just look at it, and this would be a half when you're reducing your fractions. Okay, but that's a whole nother lesson, but that's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go on and let's go to another one. Let's see if we can solve it. Here we go. So Danielle and Ryan have 9 rocks to count in the school flower garden. Danielle counts 5 of the rocks. Ryan counts 2 of the rocks. How many more rocks does Danielle count than Ryan? So I have to make sure I read all the words because it's important when you're doing word problems to read every word. Because if I had just said how many rocks, you would might think that it's to add, but how many more rocks change the operation. So the operation changes from addition to subtraction when you put the word more in. So we'll read that again. Danielle and Ryan have 9 rocks to count in the school flower garden. Danielle counts 5 of the rocks. Ryan counts 2 of the rocks. How many more rocks does Danielle count than Ryan? All righty, so let's look. How many more? See, let's see. Danielle counts how many? 9. So let's fill it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She counts how many? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm on the whole part. All right. So she counts 5. And we're going to put 5 there. All right. Now, how many does she have all together? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Because they have 9 all together. They have 9 rocks. Each of them have 9 rocks. That's all in our information for our word problem. All righty. Now, Ryan counts how many rocks? 2. Okay, let's shade his in. 1, 2. All righty. So he has 2. That's the numerator. Remember, the numerator is the part. And how many does he have? The wheels look the same. Let's count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So he has 9. Yes. Okay. So now we have to do what? Are we adding or subtracting? We are subtracting. So we're going to do 5, take away 2. So if you take 2 of these away, then you'll have what? So we have our 9. Remember the rule. If it's the same denominator, bring our 9 over. And remember, this program will not let you go further until you follow the steps. So you do the 9 first, and then you subtract the 2 from the 5. So that would be what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and what's it? 3. Very good. All righty, let's move to the next one. All right, so now I'm going to let you help me a lot more with this one, okay? So Randy and Mary Beth have 5 pots to fill with flowers. Randy fills 2 of the pots. Mary Beth fills 1 of the pots. How many more pots does Randy fill than Mary? So what operation are we working with? What is the sign? What we're going to do? We are going to subtract. Yes. So how many pots do they have? They have what? Let's count the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And they have 5 pots. So we know that they all look the same. Okay. So Randy he fills what? 2 pots. All righty. So he fills 2. And he has how many altogether? Okay. 5. All righty. Now, you have to shade in the pots that Mary Beth fills. Mary Beth fills how many? 1. So let's shade her in. And then let's fill in the fraction. So she has 1. So will it go in the denominator or will it go in the numerator? Yes, it will go in the numerator, the top. And how many she has altogether? How many pots she have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we know that will go where? In the denominator, because is that the part or the whole? That is the whole. All righty. So now, and what do we have to do? Okay, since they're both the same, we do what? We just bring it over. Okay, and we put that there. All right, so now let's work with the top part. 2 minus 1. So if you take one of these away, you'll have how many? You'll have what? 1. Very good. Excellent. You all are so smart. I love it. Just keep on learning, keep on learning. Sometimes you might have to use counters. You might have to use a calculator, straws, beans, whatever you need to solve your problems is good. Okay, so we did the, oops. All right, so we did the fractions, the multi-step fractions. Now we have another thing that we're going to do, and it's called positive and negative integers. And we're going to talk about this on the number line. So when we're talking about positive and negative, we're talking about integers. The negative being the red, that's less than 0, and the positive is the blue side, and that's more than 0. So 0 is, and this is the positive symbol here, and this is the negative symbol. Yes, it is addition and subtraction. Okay, well, we're going to learn some things about positive and negative, because then positive and subtraction in addition, it comes just a little bit tricky. So 0 is the middle of all numbers. 0 has no value. All negative numbers are the left of 0. All positive numbers are to the right of 0. See, all of these are negative and all of these are positive. All righty. Numbers that are equal distance from 0 are opposites. So, for example, you have a -4, which would be right here, and a +4, which is right here. They're opposites because they are both 4 units from 0. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 negative, and 1, 2, 3, 4 positive. Adding opposite numbers will always equal 0. For example, +4 plus -4 equals 0, because you're taking the same amount away. So if you take this away, 4, take that away, and then you take that away, it's always 0 because they're opposites. So opposites are always 0, no matter the number. -10, okay, and -10 and +10 is going to equal to 0, no matter how you put it in the equation, because you see here it has +4 plus -4 equals 0. -4 plus +4 equals 0. All righty. So adding opposite, only adding opposites will always be 0, and it says always equals 0. Doesn't matter. -100 plus +100 equals to 0. Gazillion, -gazillion plus +gazillion equals 0. So positive and negative numbers describe opposite relationships. Opposite relationships. Positive and negative numbers describe opposite relationships. So positive is opposite of negative. Up is opposite of what? Down. Above is opposite of below. How much you have is opposite of how much you owe. All righty, so let's see what's gonna happen. Let's go. Let's see. We're gonna solve some things here. All right, so here you're going to be using the number line. All righty. So, and here, where's our 0? This is our 0, and see the negative, the minus sign? This is the negative side. This is the positive side. So Mary Beth is removing rocks from the school flower garden. She removes 4 rocks So we're going to drag the blue point. We're going to drag the blue point to the number of rocks Mary Beth removes on the number line. So we have to choose the sign to fill in the number. Okay, she's going to remove. Oh, the blue one. Okay, so she's removing. All right. Now, drag the blue dot to the number Beth removes on the number line. So we're going to choose the sign to fill in the number. All righty. Let's see. Does it work the same? Let's see. We're going to get this right because that's what she has in her hand. So that's what we're going to do. So that's all righty. So she has what? What she has is the 4. All righty. Now it says Ryan borrowed 5 shovels from Randy. He owes Randy 5 shovels. Drag the red point, that's this one, to the number of shovels Ryan owes on the number line. Choose the sign and fill in the number. Okay, so he owes, remember the O, meaning what you owe is negative. So let's see. How many we say? He owes 5. So that's what? Negative. Okay, and the number is 5. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at our wording. She removes rocks. She is removing rocks from the flower garden. She removes 4 rocks. Okay, now he owes. He owes. That means he doesn't have it. He owes. So that's why that's the negative. All righty. Let's go. All right. Okay, let's do this one and then we're going to go on. Mary Beth is cleaning the garden shed. The temperature today is 10 degrees above 0. Drag the blue point to the temperature on the number line. Choose the right sign to fill in the number. It says above 0. Above, what do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be blue or red? Negative. Think it's more than or less than? Above. Okay. It's going to be, all right. And let's see. Are we getting this one right? Yes. So that's the number. Uh-oh. Gotta keep putting it in there. All right. So, and that didn't say, that says above. It didn't have O, that said above. So anything above 0 would be a positive. Below 0 would be the negative. So Ryan is stacking bags of soil in the greenhouse. The temperature today is negative 6 degrees. Drag the red point to negative 6 to the number. Okay, so it says negative 6. Now we always have to look at it. Let's read all of it because I didn't read all of it. It says Ryan is stacking bags of soil in the greenhouse. The temperature today is negative 6 degrees. Drag the red point to the temperature on the number line. Then we're going to choose the sign and fill in the number. Okay, so drag it to the number line. We said it was negative. So are we on the plus side of the line or the minus side of the line? We're on the minus side of the line. Okay. So what was that we used? The negative. Okay. So what is the number? Negative what? 6. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. All righty, so we're going to do adding integers, okay? Now, adding, remember when you add a negative and a positive, it becomes what? 0. All right, so here we go. So adding positive and negative numbers. Start at the first number given. That's the -4 plus the +4. So you start here, and then you're going to go towards the +4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's that number? 0. It says the second number tells you how many units to move. If the second number is a positive, move to the right. Okay? You move to the right. Then the answer is where you end up, and it will be what? 0. Now, another example, -2 plus -3. Now, we're on -2, so it's a negative. So which way are we going to move? If we're positive to the right, negative is to the left. So it's 1, 2, 3. And we're at where? -3. Now look at it. We added 2 negatives. So 2 negatives so that the sign does not change. The negative, if you stayed on the negative side, it's still going to be on the negative side. All righty. So the second number tells you how many units to move. If the second number is negative, move it to the left. And what do we end up with? We end up with -3. So now we're going to add. The answer is where you end up. All righty. So we started with 2 and we moved 3 times over. We have to move it 1, 2, and 3. And we ended up with what? -5. We still ended up on the same side. All righty. That's where we ended up. So you have, when you adding, it'll still be the same. All righty. Stay on the same side. Okay, so let's figure out. Let's see if we can add some. Okay, here we go. All right, Mary Beth is filling pots with soil in the school flower garden. She has 7 pots. She owes Ryan 6 pots. If she gives Ryan the pots she owes him, how many will she have left? Use the number line to solve the problem. Okay, so now she has 7 pots. So where are we going to do? 7 pots. Is it negative? Is it positive? She has 7 pots. This is what she has. And remember, everything you have is a positive. So we're going to put that there on the number 7. All righty. So now, okay, so we have what? It's a positive. Uh-oh. That was error of the typist. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay, let's see. Now it's going to be, let me see, let's do this way. There we go. You have to press the shift. When you're doing your keyboard, you have to press the shift. All right, so, and what was that number? It was number 7. All right, so how many pots does Mary owe? Oh, okay, remember, she's not gaining, she's owing. So she owes Ryan 6 pots. So here we go. We're going to use this right here, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Just take it over and drag it. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so where do we end up? We end up at where? positive. So let's put that in there. Remember, you gotta hit shift. So you get that on there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So what do we end up? Okay, so when we went to the left, we go with the negative. And what? Negative what? Oh, we were 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was -6. There we go. All righty. Now she has, how about Miss Rosie is moving too fast. So now we have positive there, and then we have the +1. So make sure you on the right spot, okay? And you ain't get the bones. And that's what we had gotten because we were jumping the gun. That was our answer. All right, so always follow what we have to do. All right, let's do another one. Okay. All right, so we're going to do this one. It says Randy owes, it says, how many seeds does Ryan owe Randy? Randy owes Ryan 3 seeds. Ryan owes Mary Beth 4 seeds. How many seeds does Ryan owe altogether? Use the number line to solve the problem. All righty, so we have Randy. Randy owes 3 C's. And how many they owe all together? So when they owe, it's what? On the negative side. So that's 1. So he has 3 C's. Okay, hold on. Let's do it this way. 3 C's he owes right here. All righty. And she owes 4. So now we count 1. Let's put that there. What's going to go here? The negative. Okay, and what he had was what? 3. Okay, now, so she owes also 4. So now we can count and see. Owes is what? A negative. And she owes what? 4. So let's fill that in. She owes 4. Okay, so now let's count. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so how many do they owe him all together? What do we think this was going to be? Let's see. Is it negative what? And we're just adding these. What's 4? 3 plus 4 is what? 7. It doesn't matter if it's the same, you just add. If it's the same, you subtract. Okay? It doesn't matter. Adding the same. The things are different. The same if the symbols are the same. All right? And that's why you use your number line and you plug it in here so to keep you on track. Okay? All right. Let's see. And all right, so there we go. So we have done our integers. All right, remember when it's a negative plus a positive, it goes 0. All right, when the symbols are the same, you do whatever your operation is, whether it's to add or subtract. Alrighty, when we're doing adding like denominators, if it's the same, you keep your denominator in your answer and you follow the operation of the numerators, either whether you adding or subtract. Alrighty, and as always, use your counters or use your calculator. All right, so thanks again, guys. You have been awesome. This is great. And remember, you are a unique learner. So keep learning and keep reading. All right. Awesome. See you next time.